What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to this interview. I am your host, and I realize, and today we have a special guest with us. We have a partnered Pokemon streamer who enjoys a wide variety of games like Overwatch, League of Legends, and Legends of Zelda. Born and raised from the UK, we have LarvyGames.
Yo, yo. Hello, hello.
How's it going? How have you been?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Nice chill Monday. I always
Oh,
take
yeah.
Mondays off, so we vibing on Mondays.
Oh yeah, Mondays are the vibe day. Even though
Definitely.
everyone hates Mondays.
Yes, that's exactly why I take Mondays off, because I don't want to see anyone on Monday, because everyone's miserable on Monday.
Amen.
That's my first bit of content creating advice, just avoid Mondays.
Absolutely. Avoid Mondays at work, streaming, everything. Just stay
Any kind of social interaction possible.
exactly. This is the most social interaction I'll probably have all week. So I guess quickly for the people who are watching and possibly don't know exactly who you are, maybe just give like a little introduction of what you do and all that other stuff.
So I work full time at the moment doing content creation on Twitch. I mainly do Pokemon and variety, and well, mainly Pokemon stuff. That's where my main focus is slash was. This kind of still is, but I do a big variety of stuff as well. I like to play a lot of MMOs and MOBAs, shooters badly. Overwatch I dabble in badly. I'm better at like Unite and MOBAs and MMOs like World of Warcraft and Genshin and stuff like that. But my primary like focus on Twitch was Pokemon for the longest of times anyway.
I believe like I've heard you mention like numerous times before when I was like first like hanging around your chat that you were like that you were like weren't you like pretty like addicted to like WoW? Do you actually still play that or no?
I literally just finished playing to get this pool with me. I literally just finished running a mythic key.
Oh my god. The only time that I've actually played WoW, I believe, was when it was like free for that very short period of time when the classic came out.
Oh yeah,
Which what was that, like a couple of years ago at this point?
it's completely free now till like level 30, so anybody can play, and then it like bottlenecks you, I guess.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
All of
because
them trial play now.
yeah, there was a like two of my buddies back home were like talking about possibly getting into WoW, and I was like, I don't want to be spending like however much it is a month, like 15-20 bucks. There's no shot in that.
It's only a tenner, but like it demands a lot of time. I love it, but there's no point in sitting down and playing WoW for an hour. You need like at least 6.
Yeah,
If you don't have 6 hours a day at least to like put into it, it's just not worth it.
yeah, you have to like sit there all like South Park like and just be like
Pretty much, yeah. That was me an hour ago, funnily enough, actually. Yeah, just like that.
completely reclined back in your chair. It's like
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I got a foot pedal now recently, so all my like D-spells and stuff I'm doing with my feet. It's great.
oh my god.
I was meant to use it for Twitch for like clipping and things, but I've assigned it to like F9, 10, 11, and I'm using it for spells now.
Yeah, you're using it for obviously way more important things.
Absolutely, yes.
So for your foot pedal, what is it? Just like that new Elgato one, or did you just grab like just a regular like foot pedal or whatever?
It's the Elgato one because that syncs up with the same software as the Stream Deck. You can set it to do all
Okay.
kinds of funky stuff, which is quite cool.
Okay, gotcha.
I mainly use it for doing Twitch clips, but you can set up different profiles, so I can just set another profile and have it set to like
Mhm.
WoW buttons or whatever you want, really. I guess
Yeah, just start playing
sound effects.
just start playing WoW solely off of a Stream Deck and foot pedal.
I should set auto run onto it or something, so I can just press it down and my character just goes.
Yeah, there you go. Easy problem solved.
Yeah, easy.
So something I actually was kind of curious on because I don't think I've really interviewed too many people from the UK. I think the only other person was Chocolate Kieran.
Mhm.
And I'm actually kind of curious on what your favorite UK food or snack is.
Ooh, specifically from the UK.
Yeah.
Gosh, snack. Oh,
I,
what do I really eat lots of?
I know a bunch of people meme about like chip buddies and stuff too. I think that's pretty
A
funny.
chip buddy is dang good. Underrated. I haven't had a chip buddy in a long time. Do you guys not have chip buddies? Is that not a staple?
No, it's not really a staple. Like I'd never heard of Chip Buddy until like recently, but it's something that I have made when I was poor and broke.
When you've
I'm
literally only got a pound to your name, frozen chips, couple of bits of bread, easy.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I haven't had a chip buddy in ages. They usually you only get them if like you go to like on like a car boot sale or something and there's a burger van and it's like 7 in the morning. You know what? Chip buddy, you'll get me going.
A little bit of grease will get you
Yeah,
through the day.
pretty much. I'm trying to think UK specific. What do I snack on? I'm a sucker for things like Jaffa cakes. But you guys have Jaffa cakes, right?
What?
You have a
Jaff?
Jaffa cake?
What's a Jaffa cake?
Maybe that is a us thing. They're like
Jaffa
chocolate
cake.
orange soft biscuits, I guess. Cakes.
I don't think I've heard of this.
No?
Looking at the description, it says that it was introduced in the UK, 1927.
Well, the more you know. Yeah, I can put away an unhealthy amount of Jaffa cakes. If I bring the box up to the desk, the whole box will go. I have to like limit myself. I have to bring up a plate and put like 3 on there.
Yeah. Just from looking at them, it definitely looks like something I would eat a hell of a lot of because I've always been a huge sucker for sweets. I've never been much of like the salty, savory kind of guy. I love my chocolate. I love anything that's just sweet. And seeing that there's chocolate, I'm like, I'm sold. Hook me up.
They're quite light. That's the thing. So you can put away like 3 boxes of them and not realize what happened.
Oh no. Yeah, that's definitely happened with I forget what it was. It's probably like the like those like Thin Mints or something like that. Or I guess
After
maybe,
Eights?
like, yeah, like After Eights and whatnot. I
have a
could
box of them on my
Oh,
desk.
of course you do. Of course, we're practically the same. After Eights are actually like low key kind of fire. I just never actually have like anything like minty like in the house for the most part. I don't know why, but
I don't think I've ever bought myself a box, but like when Christmas rolls around, all of my like anyone that's like slightly distant family who doesn't know quite what to get me just gets me After Eights. I usually come home from Christmas visiting all the family, and I've got like 12 boxes of them. They do me all year. I think I've got like 4 more in the fridge downstairs.
that's
they usually do
wild.
me the entire year.
I'll
I don't get like link sets or anything. I get After Eights. Every single one.
Yeah, honestly, if I had that many boxes, I'd probably already be through most of them. I'll keep it a box. The only thing that
because they're dark chocolate, it takes me a while to go through them, I guess.
I think like maybe like this year in particular, I probably wouldn't go through it as fast because I've been like watching what I eat a bit more and whatnot. Because pretty much this year, in my head, I was like, all right, one thing I want to do is just be healthier. I don't care if I like lose weight or anything. I just want to be feeling physically and mentally better than I have. And I even went to my mom's the other day, and she even noticed that I lost a bit of weight. I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm doing something right.
Nice.
I'm losing a little bit of my gut every now and then.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I was really on it with the gym last year. My gym, I was really, really on it with the gym for like 6 months. I was having a lot of progress as well. And then it would be sod's law. My gym just closed. I turned up one day, the doors were closed, and they were like, "Oh, we'll reopen in a few days." I was like, "All right, okay." And then I got a text like 2-3 days later that the gym's permanently closed. And I walked past it the following day, and everything was just gone. It was barren. The whole gym was just completely removed from society. But it's like it's the only one that was local to me that was 24-hour as well, and like a decent price. So I'm just like, I don't have to drive to the gym. I don't want to pay like £50 a month for a fancy gym. I'll just don't have a gym.
Yeah.
I'm just sit at home instead.
Yeah, pretty much what I do is I just refuse to pay for a gym membership right now. So pretty much what I do is we have like some weights, not really too much. We have like a couple like of these like tiny little hand dumbbells or whatever that are like maybe like 2 pounds each, and a like a kettlebell that's like I think it's like 25 pounds. I don't know how many kilos it is. But it's like it's a good enough weight for me to do like upper body stuff. And then we have like the treadmill that I was using for like the first month.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep myself going. So I guess we can talk a little bit more about like you and gaming, I guess. One thing I like to ask people is what's your earliest gaming memory?
Ooh, probably the N64 is what I remember. Being my first gaming console. I was a bit late to like the Game Boy and stuff. I didn't get a Game Boy until like the SP was out, so I was well late.
Okay.
But I completely missed like Gen 1 and 2 of Pokemon. Fake Pokemon fan. I've literally never played them.
Imagine being a fake Pokemon fan and never actually having Gen 1 or 2 physical. Couldn't be me.
I got yellow on Virtual Console. Does that count?
I mean, I guess it'll do.
I don't think I even made Aberdeen Forest, not gonna lie. It was really slow.
Oh, yeah,
I was like, this is taking me so long to get here.
Yeah, I would easily say that even though Gen 1 is like OG or whatever, I think that it's not a very fun game to keep playing through unless you're playing on
Yeah.
an emulator with speed up.
Yeah.
That's
Maybe
the
if you had
only
the
thing that makes it
nostalgia
bearable.
goggles, because I've never played it. Like the first like Gen 1 experience I had was Leaf Green. I was
Mhm.
well, I don't have any running shoes or anything in this game. It's taking
Yeah,
me like 2 hours to get to Viridian Forest. What is this?
yeah.
It was
You,
awful.
you get no running shoes, and all you get is your bike after. I think it's like the second. Actually, I think you can technically get it before you fight Misty.
All right.
Um, but most people they probably wouldn't even have it until like after like the third gym or something like that.
Usually get it like around like the Surge Vermilion,
Hmm.
like the boat thing, don't you? The SSN,
Yeah,
don't you? So
yeah. Pretty much all that you do is you kind of skip the gym, cut through the house, and just head all the way down. But it's kind of weird how I just have that in my head rent free. Um, but yeah, I'd say like I don't even know like exactly what like my earliest memory like would be, like maybe like the SNES or something like that my grandmother had. Um,
Hmm.
but for like Pokemon game wise, my like first one that I actually physically owned was Gen 2 Pokemon Crystal on my Game Boy Color.
Hmm.
I played that
Very
one
nice.
way too much. And then I
I
actually
played it. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I carry on.
all good. The funny thing is I realized like many years later that apparently the like you know like the odd egg and stuff, right?
Hmm.
So I hashed the odd egg, got a Magby. I had no idea that it was shiny or anything. I just thought it was
No
a
way.
very. I was like, it evolved into Magmar. I was like, Magmar looks really weird, and I just did not
Was
get it at all.
that your first shiny then?
Yeah, technically that was my very first shiny.
Technically.
It's been dead and gone for years, but
You know what my first shiny was?
was it a Larvitar?
Oh. Weirdly enough, this is really, really strange. My first shiny was also Magby.
Oh
Specifically Magby.
my
I
god.
was it was in Uras. I was just trying to finish the Pokedex for the first time, and some of the last Pokemon I needed were the babies. I
Oh
didn't
yeah.
have like Mantine, Happiny, Magby, and all that, and I hatched a full of Magby. That was my first ever shiny. I hatched one Magby, and he was shiny.
Man,
That's just weird.
yeah, shout out to
That's the
Magby.
chance of both of us being Magby, yeah.
Like we're literally the same person. How old are you anyways? I'm curious about that. I feel like
I'm
we've
28 now.
oh my god, you're older than me. Not by much, but you're older
Yikes.
than me.
Scary, isn't it?
Yeah, I turned
Wait, how old are
20
you now?
27 turning 28.
Oh, I see. Only a little bit then.
Yeah, only a couple months off, I think.
Mm.
Actually, it's like about I tried to do quick math here, just a bit over 5 months, I think.
I'm 5 months off as well, pretty much.
but
Turning 29,
the
so it's
other
about a
way.
year in it.
Oh my
Yeah, the
god.
other way. Yeah, yeah. About a year in it.
Jesus Christ. There's way too many similarities between us, and I'm starting to
There is a bit.
realize this. Uh,
Oh,
if I just
but
took my
yeah,
hair down and put it over to the side,
I put it to the side. Yeah, easy.
yeah, yeah.
Life swap.
I,
Grow my
I, I
beard a bit longer.
yeah, I would have to straighten it out though, because like before I put my hair up for recording, it looked like a total lion's mane. I did a whole lot of nothing with it.
I think I remember. Yeah, I do remember having really long hair. You used to keep it down for a while, didn't you?
Oh yeah, like pretty
Yeah.
much. I normally prefer keeping it down at this point. I did have a period where like I would like keep it up like at all times, but that's because my girlfriend prefers it with it up,
All
and
right, I
plus
see.
and plus it kind of just looks a bit more clean.
Hmm.
If I have it up, which is why my branding has the bun instead of just a giant lion's mane.
You see, yeah, it's quite long, isn't it? I can see it from just about past your headset.
Yeah, it's like right there.
It's-
Bunch of loose hairs.
yeah, that's a
So,
lot of
you
it.
know.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, like when it's down, it's probably like down to like here-ish. Like
Nipple height.
yeah, it's around nipple height. I could tease my
Yeah.
nipples with it.
During our lockdown, my friend was at the point where like, it was in my armpit. That's getting really annoying. So I could have a haircut for like a year and a half. Like, no hair, just as open. I was letting Katie do my back and sides. I was like, I can't let go of the fringe with the scissors. So it's just getting longer and longer, and I kept waking up with it like in my armpit. That's a problem. This is far too long now.
I also just realized something. Cat's name is Katie, right, or whatever it is.
Yes.
My girlfriend's name is Kate.
It's getting weird now.
I don't like this. Honestly, I might just have to wrap it up now. Call her a day. This is stressing me out. You're pretty much UK me, or I'm Canadian you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anymore. We we both were growing on Pokemon, but then I said screw Pokemon.
What are you trying to grow in now then? If you have said screw Pokemon,
Oh God, I
you're still
don't.
doing a bit of it on stream and stuff, aren't you? You do a little bit of shiny hunting, aren't you?
I haven't done much shiny hunting like on stream in since lockdown, honestly. Um,
Gosh.
that was when I got back into it, and it was like more like full on sort of stuff. Funny enough, I actually have my
Hey.
I have those in there because like I got bored one day and it was like maybe I'll try to get that Squirtle still. I stopped keeping track of encounters. The last time I stopped, I was at like 2,000 something, so probably close to 3,000 at this point.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, but
mine are collecting dust at this point. The poor things.
Oh yeah,
I haven't opened them in a few months now.
It's because you're just way too addicted to Unite.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. It's just got it's just got my attention span a bit more, I guess. It's just never ending, I guess. Whereas Pokemon, you do a lot of shiny hunt for a few months, you burn out, and then you go do it anymore for a while.
Yeah.
Until like something new comes out, I guess. What most people do anyway.
Yeah,
it's really, really hard on it for like 3 months and completely burn out and not want to see it ever again.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Like pretty much everyone has that phase where they shiny hunt for like X amount of time. I don't know how either of us did it for years.
No.
And then they try to switch the Pokemon content around a little bit, whether it's keeping it just like Nintendo titles or just like doing like challenge runs and stuff. Which I know that you've done like pretty much like a subathon Nuzlocke sort of thing.
Yeah, I've done Sleep Blocks. And
I've
done some Nuzlocks like Radical Red and stuff as well. I attempted for a bit, but
the weird thing actually, speaking of those Sleep Blocks, is I still remember when I like just moved into my bachelor pad apartment before I moved provinces completely, and I believe you're actually doing your one of your Omega Ruby sleep locks, I think.
Probably. I've done a couple of those.
Yeah, it was around the time I think it was like a little bit before Let's Go came out.
Gosh. I must have been living on my own. Oh, my own when Let's Go came out. I can't remember now. I don't think I did any sleep blocks when I lived with my parents. It'd have killed me. So I don't think I would have done.
I think you were living on your own at the time. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that you were still using like the green screen stuff and all that. That's one thing.
I remember when Let's Go came out. Was that a November release as well?
Yeah.
I don't remember now.
I believe...
It might have been just pre Let's Go then, actually. Maybe just.
Yeah. It was definitely like shortly pre Let's Go because like I moved into that apartment. I think it was like September or something. It was like I think it was before Smash came out.
Yes.
Now I'm thinking.
Yeah, it must. Yeah, I must have just moved into my apartment because in this case, this is gonna freak out even more now. I think I also moved into my bachelor pad that September as well.
Oh my god! Why are we like this?
I think it was about then. Yeah.
I think it was at the time where like I was like moving around so much and like, holy hell, are you gonna find a place to stay or what? Especially with how much you hear about me like job jumping and
you were job jumping loads for a while.
Yeah.
Every other week you come in and I just started a new job. What do you mean?
Like, what do you mean?
Literally, you started another new job 2 weeks ago.
Like, oh yeah, I'm still doing that one too. Yeah, luckily enough now I'm starting to get a bit better. I job hop about like 3 years now.
That's a bit better, yeah.
I think honestly it's getting close to the point where I job jump again.
Yeah,
I'm not making it.
Your CV must be chunky, man. You must have like 20 jobs on there.
Yeah, it's probably something like that. Yeah. But like, I think the problem here is like with inflation and all of that, it makes wages that were fine not fine anymore. And if I don't get a raise, and I'm like, I can't afford it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like one of those things where I have to go where the money is, which sucks.
Yeah,
I would love to do a super easy job, but you know.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that at I like this in town or whatever. I actually tried to get it I'm kind of trying to get in there. I applied and whatnot, and like if I can manage to get a supervisor position, which I am way more than highly qualified for, I'd
Mm-hmm.
be making like $4 more than I already am.
Man, that'll rack up. Holy moly.
Yeah, I was like, bro, like come on, get me back in there. I will gladly put on a happy face and hate my life on the inside
So
for
that fat
that one.
paycheck at the end of the month.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess talking more about Unite and whatnot, what's a I know that the Pokemon anniversary is coming up and whatnot. Is there
Mm-hmm.
something with the anniversary that you're hoping to see, or a Pokemon that you want them to drop in
What, for
Unite?
Unite?
Yeah.
They've already confirmed what they're doing for Pokemon Day. It's Zacian drops on Pokemon Day, I think.
Really?
Or it drops around it. Yeah, that was like the last year it was Hooper for Pokemon Day. So
Oh
I
yeah.
imagine Zacian will drop on Pokemon Day as well.
Oh yeah, probably.
Well, they leak a lot. We know the next like 5 Pokemon already, I think.
So what's something that you'd like to see that isn't released? How about that?
Ooh.
Or coming out?
Give me. They've already given me Larvitar now, so and they've already given me Mr. Mime, so probably Volcarona. That would be cool.
Volcarona would actually kind of fire, no pun intended.
That would actually be kind of fire. Just get my favorite lot in there, or Vaporeon. To be fair, they keep adding evolutions, so it's probably something they might add at some point.
Yeah, there could be a
Vaporeon.
Vaporeon, but I could also see them possibly not adding Vaporeon because of how degenerate people
Oh,
are.
you imagine the
about it.
skins, holy moly! they can make absolute bank.
Yeah, they could literally put out a Vaporeon with like a maid costume and it's GG's.
Oh my goodness!
GG's
I'd have to
all
buy
around.
it. I'd have to buy it.
You'd be like, oh, come on. Here we go. Empty my wallet.
We've already got Mr. Mime in a maid outfit. Vaporeon's the only way it could get better.
Honestly, I figured Mr. Mime would have gone like a butler outfit or something like that.
Mm.
I feel like
He hasn't
that
actually
would
got
have
that
fit
many
more.
skins. He's got like a carnival skin, I suppose, like a circus skin, which is really nice.
Yeah,
He's
which
got the maid one, and then I think he also has like a Roman one, which looks really strange. It looks really, really odd.
I can't even picture it.
It's a bit weird. It's really strange. He's almost got like one of them like things that covers his groin, and then a funky looking hat, and it's a very strange skin. It's a really expensive.
I truly cannot picture that in my head.
No, it's
Oh.
weird. Next time you load it up, if you ever load it up, have a little look. It's a bit weird. All the Roman ones are a bit strange.
I'm pretty sure I still have to update it. I'm actually kind of curious here. Let's see. The last update I had is I don't even know if it's actually updated or not. But it shows like the Mew, Zeraora, and Lucario and Pikachu on it.
That sounds like you got somewhat of a recent update.
Yeah, it might be like auto updating, but I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what mine's got too. Yeah, with Zoroark. To be fair, I think that came out a while ago. Mew and Zoroark have been out for quite some time now. I was like summer maybe.
Yeah, something like that. I haven't really been keeping up too much with like Unite because like I just struggle trying to get into MOBAs. I think is what it comes down to. I even actually tried downloading League. I think it was like maybe like a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Because like I did have like that. I did have a very small stint, aka like one game back in college where I just stopped playing it altogether because it was absolutely beyond toxic.
Yes.
And then I hopped on like randomly because I just had this random urge for some reason to play League, even though I know nothing about it. So I did a tutorial. I played like one game and I just haven't touched it since.
I've played a horrendous amount of that video game. It's remarkable I passed my degree. I used to live on that video game. Awful, awful.
Yeah, I know way too many people who I was friends with that played League and would and somehow did like really good in college, university, and they're also absolute stoners. They would be like ripped out of their mind just playing that all the time.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's very similar to my college, actually.
Jesus Christ, you need to stop.
That's kind of the same thing.
We need to stop this.
Yes. I don't play it very much anymore. I play it very casually. Like if I have a load of friends, I'll jump on for a couple of games. I'll do it occasionally, but
Yeah,
I'm not a sweaty rank tryhard anymore.
yeah. When I hopped on for like my first game or whatever, I looked at the clock and it said that it was still going for like 45 minutes. I was like, there's no way it's been going this long.
What, your game went on for 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does that. I think I think I've been stuck in the game for nearly an hour and 45 minutes.
No.
I'm
I could not do
sure my
that.
longest game is. It's probably somewhere around the 2 hour mark though.
I'm actually kind of
So,
curious on what the longest game of League is.
there probably is games that have exceeded 2 hours. I don't know about competitive though. Most of the competitive games don't exceed an hour. It's very rare.
I mean, I just see longest games in history. I guess this was like a competitive thing. One, it was an hour and a half, apparently.
Oh really?
Apparently, yeah. For I guess this is like a full on League thing. It was LCK Spring, I guess.
All right, yeah.
Jin Air Green Wings versus SK Telecom T1.
An hour and a half. Oh man, that's been painful.
Could not be me. But
Apparently there is a game that had lasted 5 hours and 40. The longest recorded match ever.
What are they doing in these games?
I think at that point you must just be running up and down the lanes though.
Yeah, like
that's just ridiculous.
like it's either you're just completely just like killing bots and maybe each other, but then doing nothing else. But like,
Yes, I've definitely had games creep up towards the 2 hour mark though. It's sometimes you can be stuck in there for time.
that just doesn't sound like a good time.
No, that's the most stressful experience ever.
Like
it's not good.
Especially if you're someone who like likes to stream League, you better have a good chunk of time set aside for streaming. Because
if you only have 2 hours to stream, yeah,
exactly. like if you're someone like me who only streams like 3 hours, that's like that's most of your stream right there.
Yeah.
If I had a 2 hour game, I probably would contemplate just not even playing another game.
I'd be so stressed after that game. I'd be out of there anyway. Especially imagine if you lost it as well. Maybe if I won, but if I'd lost a 2 hour long game on stream, I'd be out, man. But nah, I'm off down the pub.
I'll just pull up a React video, call it a day.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm trying to remember when did you end up getting partner?
Trying to remember now too. It would have been around the Let's Go time.
I think it was.
I think like peak Let's Go, like February afterwards or something, maybe. No, maybe it's not actually. Maybe it was around the time Let's Go came. No, I think it's like October.
Yeah,
it might have been just pre Let's Go.
Yeah, I think it was. I believe it was pre Let's Go because like I'm trying to remember like when you got it because I don't know why some of these small things I can still remember because this was when I was in between like 1,000 different places because I remember you doing like a celebration stream and whatnot. I believe it was October.
I think it is October. Yeah, I always forget when it is. I did do stream anniversaries for like the first 3 years. Or partner anniversaries, and then I kept forgetting. Someone would come in and go, "You're not doing a partner anniversary this year," and I'm like, "God, is it October?" I always forget when it is.
You're like, is it time for this already?
I always get reminded because Kieran got partnered on exactly the same day. So if I see Kieran's doing a partner anniversary stream, I'm like, "Oh no, I gotta plan something quick."
Like, oh no, it's coming up right now.
Yeah,
hey guys, last second.
Usually he does it a couple of days early because he doesn't stream every day. So he'll do it like a few days earlier on the weekend before or something. I'm like, okay, I got a couple of days. It's fine.
I'm kind of shocked that Kieran didn't go full time like you did.
He does other stuff on the side, doesn't he?
He
worked for
I think so.
Salt Milk Studios and stuff as well, doesn't he?
I think so, yeah.
He does some stuff for them, so
yeah. So I guess that makes sense. So like Twitch is your like just like full time thing. Do you do anything else right now or no?
No, not at the moment. I still obviously do a lot of socials and stuff, so I do a lot of editing. I don't do YouTube specifically at the moment, other than shorts. I do like a video a month, maybe if there's something like I want to do, like a guide or bits and bobs. So I do a lot of short content for like TikTok and Instagram and shorts. But
yeah, I see that. I see that all over my Instagram.
Good. That means it's working. I've been slacking on it a bit recently.
It's only because I follow you. That's the real reason. I like the only Pokemon content that shows up on my social media is from like people I follow, and I think you and Poise are the only ones that actually upload like shiny reaction short form content.
Yeah, it used to be really popular, but it's kind of I suppose kind of dropped a bit. Like around the Let's Go time, it was absolutely booming. like
Oh yeah.
really, really big, like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views like daily, and I was just uploading stuff constantly. But it's definitely dropped its ball in the last couple of years. Not so
Yeah.
popular anymore.
I found Let's Go was like such a brain dead shiny hunting experience, honestly. I
It
kind of got
was a
tired
bit
of it.
AFK and boring. It was good for me because I had DSs, so I was getting a chain going, and I just left it up on the big screen. I was like just playing Where's Wally, and I was just down here playing my DSs and reading chat. And occasionally a shiny will pop up. It was great. I imagine for people who were doing just Let's Go, it must have been mind-numbingly dull.
Yeah, that's why I was so grateful to have like I think I was doing like like 3 other hunts at one time or something like that. I believe I think at the time I was doing like I was using my wireless capture card or whatever, which I still have somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Oh, you got like the NDR thing set up as well.
Yeah.
NDR?
I
Yes.
I
I still have one of those around.
yeah, I have one of those going right now. I sold my actual 3DS capture card, which I think I was using that as well. And I had a regular DS capture card. I
Yeah.
still remember like I had like I was like hunting for like Magikarp or something like that because it's my go-to favorite Pokemon of all time. I don't know why. I think it's because its dex entries are like, oh, it's useless, yada yada, and I'm like, oh, that's me, that's a vibe.
Self-insert on Magikarp.
Yeah, like I have freaking Magikarp.
Oh, that's cute. I actually have some Magikarp plushies, but I think
Stop.
they're all out on the landing. Yeah, they're not in here. I can't get them, unfortunately.
No, you do not have Magikarp plushies. Stop.
I do. I've got. Oh, I might have the. I'll tell you what one I do have. I have the Oh, some stuff coming out. I got the Quest one. I got the Quest card.
Oh, yeah.
Little square boy.
What a nice little square.
All of those. I do have a big shiny one and a big regular one in the hallway. I'll take a picture of them for you next time.
Alright. So I know like when you got partnered, you ended up like making your stream team Eon. I was actually kind of curious on what made you decide to just make Eon it and whatnot. Like, do you actually do anything with it?
Not
Like,
really anymore. It was more so you could only set up stream teams back in the day if you were a partner, couldn't you? I don't know if that's still the case.
I think that's still the case. Yeah.
Our partner had to own it, so it was we already had like a community of streamers that we were running, because you used to have communities back in the day, didn't you?
I don't remember.
There was like a community one. There wasn't just stream teams. There was like communities, I think.
I don't even remember.
So we had like a community page. All right, so there was like a lot of us, and we had a big community page. And basically, we just kind of agree whichever one of us got partner first would just turn that into the stream team instead. So we were the best network of nerds for the longest time. It was just a big community page that we were all like streamed under.
Yeah.
And then I got partner first, so
it was legally obligated.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I was the first one to get there, so I put it just under my name, but it wasn't specifically my stream team, I guess. It was we wanted to just keep running it like together as like 6 of us or something. As like a community run thing. So we never wanted one person to own the team because I could be bothered to do all the work, and neither could one other person. So
yeah,
we kind of just split it all among us and plan thing between us all. But then as a lot of those guys all stopped streaming regularly and stopped using Twitch so much, went off to YouTube or just had other commitments. Eventually, it just ended up falling down to me.
Yeah.
And a couple of others. But we don't really do that much with it anymore.
Yeah, I think when I clicked on the stream team when I was like doing my research or whatever, I think at the I think there was only like 1, maybe 2 people streaming from the team at that point. Obviously you weren't because you weren't live today, but when I checked, it was like 2 people or something like that.
Yeah.
I scrolled through it.
I don't find many people use them for that much anymore, really, unless you're a part of offline TV. I don't remember the last time I clicked on somebody's stream team.
Yeah, I feel like stream teams are kind of just like at this point. Like it's cool.
It's nice to have like a little community hub, I guess. But,
yeah, but like that's really about it. I find a lot of the time no one's really actively wanting to click on a stream team.
I've never once clicked on anybody's stream team in my entire life.
I've
been using Twitch for like 6 years now.
Yeah, I've clicked on them every now and then because I was like bored and just was curious on who else was on the team. But I find like
Mm.
there's way too many stream team ones that are like, oh, it's like we do follow for follow, yada yada yada, all this other stuff,
There's
and
a
I'm like,
lot of that, yeah.
yeah,
It,
like
it, it ended up getting used a lot for that.
yeah. I think
You just
probably
want to be part of them just for that, literally.
yeah. I think the most prominent one was probably like TwitchKitten or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's quite a big one. But again, I've never clicked it. I know it. I
Yeah,
know it exists, but I would never go in it specifically looking for people. I guess
yeah, exactly.
maybe very specifically if like I knew a stream team was specifically. Again, this is where it starts to get but like if I don't know, I wanted to follow World of Warcraft content. And I knew there was a stream team. If their stream team was literally called World of Warcraft streamers, I might go, oh, maybe I'd look at that. But then I don't know. I've never really ever clicked on anybody's really.
Yeah, I find like even since the beginning, I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of stream teams. In my head, I was like, maybe it'll work a little bit, but even then, I don't think it does anything for anyone.
No, I don't think I've ever had anyone come in saying. I've been a part of other. I think I still am quite a part of a few other streams. I don't know how many you can be in, but I think I am just in a few that I've completely forgotten about. I don't think I've ever seen anybody come over and say, "I follow you from this stream team," or "Come over from here." I don't think I've ever seen that ever.
Yeah, I think
I
I
do
would.
find, yeah, I do find a lot of people. If anybody does reach out to me asking to join mine, I'm just like, well, usually most of. Sorry, I do find a lot of the people that want to join specifically want to join like for their own interests. Like, I think if I'm on the stream team, then they'll all have to follow me, I guess.
Yeah, which
Um,
is not the case.
which is not the case at all. No, it's they really
Jo-
don't help with that at all.
Joke's on you. Most of them don't stream anymore.
Yeah.
Good luck getting those follows. Yeah, so that actually falls into my other question that I had with it is where the hell's my invite?
Did we just decide that they're
yeah,
useless?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know like I remember when like you first like made like the stream team and whatnot. I would like rag on you about not inviting me. I found it a bit funny because I was like, I personally don't really care, but I'm just gonna keep bothering him with it.
Yeah, a lot of people did. Yeah, I think it was just a case of we just didn't want to like completely swamp it with people at the beginning. So we had a lot of people asking to join at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
But then most of the people asking to join were people that had only spoken to me once,
Mm-hmm.
and were just like, "Oh, new partner streamer, stream team, I want in," and that was it. Like,
Yeah,
there was no other interest. I think when we made it, we were we were trying to keep it like quite small and condensed, and have it as like a little community hub. I don't just want to invite 50, 60 people that I didn't know in, and then because also it's a bit of a branding as well, isn't it?
exactly.
Like, you also don't want to just be inviting people you don't know very well, because what if they say some awful things and then you're all labeled in with them, you know?
Yeah, I find like stream teams like even though I do find them to be pretty pointless at this point, e- even if most people don't end up clicking on it, there is still like you mentioned like the branding and all that other stuff that goes behind it, and
Yeah,
I'd say it's probably more beneficial for like an esports team or something to have something like that, like let's say
absolutely, yeah.
like FaZe T1 and all
Yeah.
them to have one over like let's say let's say banana fire streamers. I don't know.
Mm,
I kind of just threw a random bunch of words together.
yeah.
Um yeah, that's kind of just where I've typically sat with it for the most part.
Yeah. I think that's a good shout. I think, like, obviously, I don't think they should do this, because at this point they've given so many people the rights to, but I think it would have been more useful if they gave it to, like, brandings, I suppose.
Mhm.
It'd be more of a flex of I'm a streamer for Cloud9, or I'm a streamer for SKT, or something like that, or I'm a streamer that would own a Blizzard, or something along those lines would probably be way more useful.
Yeah. Like
Almost to use them as like a brand logo,
yeah,
would be really, really
exactly.
useful.
I feel like Elgato maybe has a stream team,
I
or
think they do, yeah.
I know G Fuel for sure does.
Yeah, G Fuel do, yeah. So I think that's a good shout, because I think it's a really, because it also like puts it down under your stream, doesn't it? If you see they're working with G Fuel, you go, oh, use their code, or anything along those lines, right? So
Yeah, exactly. It'd be good
yeah.
for like brand for
For
like
branding, it's very good, yeah.
for like brand sponsorships and all that other stuff. Um, but, like I find like just like community ones, they don't really do too much, honestly.
Yeah. I'm kind of the same. Unless it's like an absolutely massive one of like either in the Yogg's cast or something, maybe it might be worth having. But
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think the community ones are more for your own good than the growth. You know what I mean?
So I know recently you've been getting like kind of like drifting away from Pokemon a little bit. You've been doing more like Genshin. You've been playing like Wild Hearts the past couple days or whatever. Do
Yeah.
you is there any time that you think that you can see yourself just dropping Pokemon altogether, or do you think it's something that'll always be
I'm too
part
invested
of?
in the franchise to completely drop it. It's
Yeah.
kind of I do feel a little bit pressured to always have to be in the Pokemon circle. In a weird way, it is like it's almost like jumping from selling. Let's say Pokemon is, if you try and put it in like a marketing or just like a general work thing, it's almost like you're going from selling shoes to wine. You know, like some people will come to you for like a shoe shop, they're not, and if you suddenly selling wine that day, they're not interested, are they? Like, so it's I'm always quite invested in it anyway. I do burn myself out on Pokemon a lot, but I do the same with most games really. I'll play something religiously like Genshin for a while, and then I go, I play far too much of this. I'm gonna play some WoW now, and I'll do the same with things like Wild Hearts. I'll probably play it religiously for like a month and then drop it off again. Like Pokemon, I suppose, has always got something going on, whether it's a spin-off game, doesn't it, or a main series or a remake. So I always find myself coming back to it, and I still really like it, but I suppose I do find myself burning out a bit, especially with the more recent games too. I think Overworld's made me burn out faster. The way they've done the last couple of games, like Legends Arceus and Scarlet and Violet, definitely didn't have the same like shelf life, I suppose. Like Let's Go, I played into the ground somehow. Somehow I didn't get bored of that one.
I'm actually amazed that you didn't get bored of that one.
I think I only didn't get bored of it though because I was also doing other DSs at the same time. I think if I had to just play Let's Go, I think I would have burnt out in a couple of months as well. Sword and Shield for some reason really held on. I don't know what they did right with that one, but I played that for a long time.
Yeah, one thing I think makes it probably harder to not burn out from like shiny hunting, for an example, in like Arceus and Scarlet Violet is, I believe, is because you have to like pay attention to it so much that they can't really like pay attention to like doing like other like DS hunts and all that other stuff.
Yeah, it's impossible to like shiny hunt something in Scarlet and Violet and the UDSs really at the same time.
Yeah, the
And
only
like, say you've got an active chat as well. If you're trying to be interactive, it starts getting really hard work.
Yeah, the only possible way that you can make it work is I know I've seen one person do it like really well, CPU Blue. What he does is while he's collecting eggs or whatever, he'll just be doing his like hunts, his other hunts while he's doing the egg collecting and all that. And then once he's hatching the eggs, he stops doing the other hunts till those are done, and then just rinse repeat.
Yeah.
So I know that that's one way that it can be done.
It only works for eggs, though, really, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
You don't want to be egg hatching everything; it drives you mad.
No one wants to be doing eggs. Yeah,
I'll do starters and maybe one or two more, and then I'm out.
Yeah, funny enough, I actually finally got an egg shiny through Masuda. It was a tandem mouse.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I was like, there's no shot I'm gonna do like break for it or anything else along those lines. Because because of how small it is, you cannot tell if that
You
thing's
just
shiny.
have to knock them out. There's no way you're never gonna see it.
Yeah,
You just have to knock them out and pray.
Yeah, so then instead I just hatched it instead and I was like, all right, done.
Yeah. There's a lot of real migraine-inducing hunts in that game, unfortunately. You try to get things like Flabébé and stuff. It's just... Because the frames are so bad, too. Like, I'm trying to look at this tiny Pokemon, and jumping between 6 and 12 FPS. I'm just like, you do it for more than like 4 hours, I get a migraine. I can't do this anymore. Just get out of here.
Yeah, I found Scarlet Violet to be like a mess, but it kind of felt almost like a good mess in a sense. Cause like the game overall is like it's a good game. I think the story is like really good and whatnot.
The story was really good. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed the split paths.
Yeah, but the biggest problem that, of course, everyone knows about is the performance issues.
Yeah, I love Pokemon like more than any other franchise, and I even struggle to defend it.
Hmm.
Like it's pretty bad. It's but like such a big franchise to release something that runs that poorly is how have you managed it?
Yeah, I feel like it definitely has something to do with the fact that in the span of a year they put out BDSP, which I think was garbage. Um,
Hmm.
they put out Legends
I suppose that wasn't
Arceus.
Game Freak though, was it either? That was completely
Yeah,
outsourced,
no,
wasn't it? BDSP, but
yeah, that
hmm.
that one I believe was outsourced, but I think Masuda still had his hand on it. Um,
Probably, yeah.
I
You
believe.
probably oversaw it.
Yeah, and then they had Legends Arceus that came out in what was it, like
Hmm.
January?
Yes, yeah.
And so it's that game's only been out for like just over a year at this
It's just
point.
been over a year, yeah.
And
Feels like longer.
yeah, and then in that exact same year they ended up putting out Scarlet Violet. So they were trying to push way too much content and it's ended up spreading themselves too
Hmm.
thin, I think.
Yeah, it definitely really needs. I think at this point though, even though with a patch, I think it's going to be a struggle.
Hmm.
I think it's the base game so unpolished. It's going to be really difficult. I think the only thing they could, because I think it's also leans into the fact that they've gone with this like realistic approach. Whereas like Let's Go looked phenomenal, didn't it? Like as a first Pokemon Switch game, it was gorgeous. I know it's obviously not open world, so it doesn't need as much going at the same time. But I think if they leaned more into the rather than going for the realistic AAA Skyrim-y look that they've gone for, if they'd gone more down the route of like Mario, Zelda,
Hmm.
Let's Go's kind of art style, I think it would have ran a lot better.
Yeah, I
Worse
really
graphics but stylized, rather than going for this HD stuff that just doesn't work on the Switch.
yeah. What one thing that I would honestly like for them to do is take a year and just don't put out a new game but focus on just like a brand like Gen 10 for example,
Mm,
which honestly has a fire ring to it. Um
yeah.
they should just take a page out of like a Legend of a page out of like Breath of the Wild or that new game, what is it? Kingdom of Tears, something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Cause like those games took at least 2 years to, to
I think
get
I'm waiting
done.
like 6 years or something for Breath of the Wild. It's been a long time.
Like even if they just gave themselves like that extra year to get out all the performance issue bugs, like the game
Mm,
would be so much better and would probably keep more people into it.
mm.
Cause, cause
Yeah,
I
I think yeah,
cause I think what happens is they have to either go harder on story or harder on the performance. Cause like the Sword and Shield story was kind of but
yeah.
the performance there was like essentially perfectly fine even in like their wild areas or whatnot.
The wild area was the worst part, but the routes and
Hmm.
stuff worked really well. They were gorgeous.
Yeah,
They were really nice with the hounds
like
and stuff.
like I didn't really find any sort of like performance issues. Like
No.
even in like the Dynamax dens or whatever it is, the raid dens.
Mm,
I personally didn't really see many issues, if not any, like later on,
mm.
like with those. And I know, and I'm well aware of how terror raids have gone.
Oh god, the Greninjas give me a oh they were painful. They should have been so easy. I had the perfect strat down. The one shot them with chat and it should have been so easy, but they were so glitchy.
Yeah, it was just
It
a
was either
total mess.
30-second raid or it lasted 6 minutes. It was awful.
Yeah, there was no in between. I just
Yeah.
refused. I pretty much refused at this point to even try doing those sort of raids, just because I know how bad they're gonna be.
Mm.
I'll just do my regular 5-star raids. Thanks, that's it.
They're
I will
not
keep it
even
at
really
that.
worth farming either, really.
Oh,
Um, I found it was way more efficient to farm the 5 and 6 star raids than it was to farm like Greninja because also they didn't really give out good rewards either. They didn't give out herbs or anything either. So it was...
hmm
it's just a load of candy and some carbos. So it's like I can just buy those.
yeah. Thank God for all those candies.
Mm.
So I guess it's been like almost an hour. So I guess we have a little bit of a few segments that we like to do on on the podcast. So
Okay.
the first one that we're gonna go with is we're gonna play a game called Would You Rather. Obviously, you could probably figure out what that is yourself. I'll I'll,
Okay.
I'll give you a Would You Rather, and you pick one or the other. I grabbed them all
Okay.
from r slash Would You Rather.
All right, okay.
So the first one we have is: would you rather not need to sleep or not age while you sleep?
Not need to sleep or not age while I sleep. Ooh, they're good ones. I'd probably go not need to sleep. Because I really like to be proactive at all times, and sleeping sort of, if anything, just a hindrance.
Yeah, honestly,
I think I'd rather take that. Yeah, yeah. I could be the hours I would be saving living longer. I could just be awake and doing stuff all the time. That sounds great.
I can't do the mental math for it, but like if you get like a hypothetical like 8 hours of sleep, that easily comes out to like almost a year, probably within like what, like 2 years. You maybe get like a year back, something like that. I'm
Yeah,
not too sure.
yeah. I suppose that would be quite good. I think I'd rather live less and get more done.
Damn, that's a whole vibe right there.
Yeah, so go the first one.
Speaking of dying, would you rather be
Right, okay.
would you rather be lactose intolerant or mildly allergic to nuts?
Allergic to nuts, 100%. I can't live without cheese.
I
Easy.
mean the thing is, you can be lactose intolerant, just still eat cheese. Your body just won't appreciate
your
it.
innards explode, don't they? Yeah.
I mean that's the price to pay sometimes.
I could live without. I like nuts, but I think I'd rather. Yeah, I think I'd ditch nuts. It's one of them few food groups where if I had to leave it, it'd probably be all right.
Yeah, honestly. Like I actually just finished I had like a plastic container of like, I think it was like barbecue nuts or something like that I was just
Oh, we have
munching
some
on.
of them downstairs.
Oh my, stop. Knock it off. I'm tired of this. Like, oh yeah, I have this too. No. No more. I guarantee you, if I told you that today I went grocery shopping, you'd be like, oh, I went grocery shopping too.
Funnily enough, usually we do go grocery shopping on a Monday, but we didn't today.
After the recording here, I'm probably gonna order some food for myself for dinner because like I made myself like a little snack almost, just to tide me over.
You just went grocery shopping.
I don't want to make the food, and also the other day when I took Kate to the airport because she went to fly out to Alberta, which is like 3 hours behind me. It was at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I went to bed with her, so I had a full 8 hours of sleep. So I tried to order some like Wendy's breakfast or whatever because they had like a breakfast menu, and I really wanted to try their like breakfast baconator because I'm a total fat ass. And the person gave me the wrong food, so I messaged the person. I'm like, hey, I got the wrong order. They're like, that was the only one that was there. I was like, all right. So then I got like a credit refund, so I have like $19 that I can use. So
it's free ordering, yes, understandable. I'd order in as well.
Yeah, exactly. like I have the option there, so I'm like, I might as well. So we also have. I'm just kind of trying to get through the segments now because we are starting to push that hour mark.
Yeah.
So the next one we have is a Twitter Q&A. So pretty much how that goes is typically probably like a week or two before recording, I make a post saying, hey, we're having X person on. If you guys want to leave a question, go ahead and leave it. It's on my my Twitter at CynicsRealize. So this time we got one question here from at KLW_79.
Okay.
Their question is, if you have one, what's your favorite indie game? If not, what's your favorite non-Pokemon / Mario / Zelda / mainline game on the Switch? So I'm assuming something that's not Nintendo.
Something that's not Nintendo. Ooh, good question. I play so much. It might weirdly be Spyro, actually. I think games I've replayed the most ever. And just, I think when the Spyro Reignited Trilogy came out, I played it 3 times. I played it when it came out for Switch and Xbox and PC. And I felt like 100% of it every time, all 3 games. So probably Spyro, weirdly enough.
Oh my god. I think there was like at one point where you actually like 100%ed it on stream, right? Or did you do it for all 3?
Yeah. I think I 100%ed it twice on stream. I did it because it only came out for Xbox and PS4, I think. I stole my baby brother's Xbox and I was like, I need to steal this. I need to play Spyro. I streamed that, and then it came out like a year later on Switch. I was like, oh, I'll just do it again.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah, and then it came out for PC later on. I was like, I'll do that my own time.
Like, well, I guess I'm shelling out another however much it is.
Yeah. I think I've cashed out like 110 quid or something on a Spyro in the last few years.
Oh, I believe
Same
it.
games as well. Yeah.
Yeah. The price of games actually I find to be like super weird though, because like in I know that in the States they're like $60 for a new game or something like that. I'm not sure how much it is over there. Is it quid or pounds? I
think
get so
ours is
confused by it.
worse. They're exactly the same thing. Quid's like a slang term, I guess, for
Oh,
pounds. Let's say in a buck.
oh, okay.
I guess. I think our games generally are the same price, but our conversions is worse. I think we pay more than you. I think a lot. I think our PlayStation 5 games and stuff these days at least are £60. Probably comes out to like $72 or something.
I know that in Canada here, like after tax and stuff, I'm paying close to like $90. Yeah. Yeah, it
Trying to think.
like new games are like 79.99.
How much is like Wild Hearts for you now? We're gonna buy it right now on that.
That's a good
If I was
question.
gonna Amazon it.
Wild
Does that come up?
or
I was gonna get it on PS5 right now. It would cost me £69.99, £70.
all right, if I bought it on PS5, I would be paying $90 before tax.
Is that in Canadian dollars?
Yes.
Mine come out to Canadian. So we pay 113 Canadian dollars.
Oh my god.
We get absolutely ripped off him, man. It's disgusting.
Oh my god.
Absolute scam. It's horrendous, isn't it?
And I thought I was getting scammed.
Yeah, it's
Now-
really bad here.
Now
It
seeing
is
it in a different
actually on
perspective.
20% sale off right now, so it's only 55. But on release, it was £70.
I don't think it's on sale right now. It's at least as far as what I saw.
If you get it digital, it's still 70, but it is on sale at the moment already. I think that's because the performance was so bad. It's probably plummeted.
Yeah, wasn't there like a major issue with like the CPU usage and
It's
whatnot?
So to give you like a you know Genshin, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty highly intensive graphic game. You whack that bad boy up to ultra, it's a pretty game, isn't it? It's I think Genshin usually eats about 18% of my CPU, roughly, if I'm doing something pretty active. And Wild Hearts at the moment eats about 70. So it's eating 5. I could run Genshin like 5 or 6 times before it reaches what Wild Hearts is currently doing to my poor CPU.
That's so bad.
So if you're like trying to stream it or something and play on anything higher than like lower graphics, it just throttles your PC.
Yeah.
It really needs some patches.
I feel like
that out ASAP.
I feel like there was some sort of issue with some other game that was, I think it was maybe like GPU like intensive. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was like
Now you're saying, I'm thinking of something too.
Outer
What's
World.
destroying GPU?
No,
Maybe.
I don't
I think
remember.
it's more recent than that though.
No Man's
But there was something-
Sky. I'm not sure.
I swear there was something quite recently though. Maybe Cyberpunk or something was doing it.
Yeah, I think it was Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk was
Maybe?
I think was destroying GPU.
I know Cyberpunk. I know Cyberpunk just had issues in general. I know that.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
And then their Netflix show or whatever came out, and it boosted the
That's
sales
actually quite good,
drastically.
wasn't it?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I haven't watched
seen
it, but it's gonna be quite good. Nah, neither have I.
Yeah.
I hear good things though.
I'm probably never gonna watch it because Netflix is changing their rules. I don't know if it's changing in the UK or anything. But at least in Canada and maybe the States, I'm not too sure. But they're getting rid of the password sharing.
Oh, I remember hearing about that. Is that actually happening?
Yeah, it's already started. I believe.
Oh.
I think this week it goes into full effect.
Oh dear.
So pretty
That's
much
good.
so pretty much if it detects that it's not in the same household, then it kind of just boots you off, or you have to pay like an extra like $8 a month per extra person.
My dad pays for lots of extra people on his anyway, and I reach off his, so that'll affect me or not.
It probably won't affect you, but it'll affect him.
Yes. Probably.
It affects whoever's paying it.
I wonder if I can get a VPN and just trick it to thinking I'm at my dad's house.
That's actually a good question.
Yeah, I wonder if you can just make it think you're on a different IP, right? I just make it think that my IP address is my dad's IP. I'll cross that bridge when it comes to it.
There we go. Now we're thinking.
Yeah.
And now if only NordVPN sponsored me. That would be a good segue.
Yeah, right. That'd be nice.
If you want
It's
to get
actually
it,
that expensive, is it?
I have no idea. I've never
I think at
actually
that point
looked
though,
into it.
if I'm paying a tenner a month for NordVPN, I might as well buy a Netflix account though, and
Yeah, you might as well
yeah,
be buying that at that point.
yeah.
Uh,
Guess I was gonna use it for other things.
yeah. So we actually have one more game left here. It's called One Has to Go. Pretty much, I take 3 things that you like, and you have to shoot one of them.
Okay.
I decided to just go with games because it's the easiest thing for me to do.
Okay.
So League of Legends, World of Warcraft,
Okay.
and Pokemon.
Ooh. Ooh, that's tough. I like all 3 of the games for very different things.
Yeah.
I put so many hours into all 3 of those things.
The funny thing is, throughout this podcast, I changed up 2 of them.
What were the other 2?
One of them was Genshin.
Oh, okay.
I forget what the other one was, but
That would have been tough as well, actually.
I replaced one of them with WoW, and the other
Ooh.
and I replaced Genshin with Pokemon because I was like, why didn't I add Pokemon up to this?
Yeah. They're weird because League I still play like casually every now and then. I would miss it if it wasn't there, despite how toxic it is.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon, I can't really live without, so Pokemon I think has to stay. And WoW, I have this weird relationship with it where I no life it for 3 months and then don't play it for a year and then go back 3 months again. And add like a year off, I suppose. Ooh. It would probably have to be League. Get that toxicity out of my life.
And besides, if you shoot League, you still have Pokemon Unite.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, there
It's
you
not
go.
much better, but it's true.
Or if you really wanted to, you could probably just go to Dota 2.
Yeah, I forget to get Dota still. I think that's the only one of the like MOBA franchises I haven't really played much of.
Oh, really?
I played like, a bit of all of them. Yeah, I played a bit of Smite. I played a bit of Heroes of the Storm. I played like maybe 5 games of Dota.
Yeah.
And I didn't really understand what I was doing, and then never played it again. That's the only one I haven't put much time into.
I used to play a bit of Smite, like just like super casually, just because I liked how the game looked for the most part. And then there was like I had a very very small stint on Dota 2 when I was in high school, and apparently one of my buddies actually plays like a lot of like ranked like Dota 2, and I'm like, you're a crackhead. I don't know why you'd want to do that.
They're even longer games than League, aren't they?
Take ages. I don't know. All I know is that those games are way too long for me. I got very small attention.
I think I remember having to chop down trees and stuff. I think it takes a lot longer to get started than League does. Like you can have quick games of League. I don't think you can have a quick game of Dota. I think you're 40 minutes in or bust. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're quite long games.
2 hours or bust.
So I did enjoy Smite. I enjoyed a bit because I remember buying a pass for Smite where you could just unlock all the characters forever. You put like 20 quid on or something when it came out, and they just gives you everything. So I'm quite interested to see if that's still going, or if they've robbed me out of that. But I'll log in one day and have another 50 characters.
I think they might have robbed you of it. Honestly, I'm not.
Might have done.
I'm not 100% sure though.
Not sure either. I want to see how the average game of Dota time.
Survey says
35 to 40 minutes.
Yeah, that's not bad.
It's probably a little bit longer than League. You can win League games quicker than that. I think it's quite hard to win a game of Dota quickly. I think it builds up a lot slower.
Yeah, I don't know. I never kept up with it.
Nah, me neither. I had a few friends that were really sweaty at it, but
yeah, I played like the one game of it and was like, I don't get it. I stopped playing.
Yeah, I think I remember it being quite a harsh, like,
Yeah, something like that.
Unite's quite easy as it goes, but like I think it was like really like jarring to begin with. Like, it just threw so much at me.
Also, one thing I wanted to ask is I completely kind of just forgot to ask it. How did you come up with LarvyGames? Like what made you decide to go with that?
As simple as I like Larvitar and Larvesta. As simple as that.
All right, you know what? Fair.
I wanted it to be somewhat subtle, but it wasn't like I didn't want to just be like James Pokemon or James Larvitar or something, you know. So I just wanted something that was like vaguely Pokemon, so people would go, "Oh yeah, that's a nice reference." I think it was just kind of on the fly though. It wasn't like something I researched. I was like, I want to include Larvitar in there somehow. Larvy works. Nobody's got Larvy. That'll do.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I probably had other ones on this brainstorm beforehand. I think they're all taken. I remember I couldn't get Larvy on its own. That's why I had to go with LarvyGames.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that before.
Mm.
What
And then
was
when I got partner, I was like, I can finally steal it from them. And then they streamed one game of Fortnite, and then didn't do anything again for like 4 years. I couldn't take it from them.
I mean, surely it's been long enough now, right?
It might be long enough now. I think I did ask like a year or so ago, and they said I still couldn't have it.
I am kind of curious on like how long that like threshold is for it.
Not sure, because I know like if they haven't been active or like logged in for a few years, they must be like active enough. I know they haven't streamed in a very, very, very long time.
I kind of wish there was a way to check like activity of like an account, which kind of like it is a little bit weird for people to just be able to go and find that out, but
They do just have the name, and then there's nothing. They've got no recent videos at all. No videos, no clips, no nothing. Wow. Yeah, no description, no followers, no nothing. Maybe I'll be able to message again and change it. But then at the same time, I'd have to change all of my other branding at this point.
Yeah, true.
My email, my Twitter, my Instagram, my YouTube handles.
I actually just recently made a like a proper professional email for me.
Oh yeah.
Because like luckily enough for my name, it's like it's unique enough that I can get it anywhere until I blow up ever and people
when you explode, everyone will have it. Yeah,
everybody else will just take it from me and then I'll get mad. I don't fist fight people.
I do find I do try and get every time I play like a new MMO or like sign up for like a Unite like username or something. I always try and get just Larvy, and I've never been able to get it. So someone else out there has my name. Someone else likes it as a branding. I don't know, they always get it before me as well. So
I've had a few points where I've thought about just shortening it to like Synex or whatever. But I can't be bothered at this point.
Is there any reason behind the whole name? The Synex Realize?
Yeah, there's a whole thing about it. So pretty much it all started in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And me and a group of friends from high school were watching a lot of FaZe, and they're like, hey, let's make a clan. But at this point, my mother was kind of weird about being like playing like games online. She didn't want me talking to strangers and whatnot, so I didn't have online.
Yes.
So I was kind of like a little cheerleader on the side. But they're like, oh, we can go with like Synex or whatever, or I guess it's like Sin and then just like the X whatever it is. So technically my name is Sin Realize, but the X has just always been thrown in at this point.
Yeah.
Which I actually didn't know until very recently that Sin is supposed to mean strength in numbers. Which I'm the only one left.
Of the Sin clan.
like that's literally it. And then they like made like one video, right? And my buddy doesn't know how to edit worth a damn. He was editing not on the drop of the music or anything.
I see.
Yeah. I think I reacted to it on my channel before because I came across it again. And I was like, this is bad. Which, funny enough, I'm still friends with like all of them. It's just all of them drop the whole Synex thing, except for I think one of them that pops in my chat every now and then. So that's kind of weird to see.
Yeah, see another Synex. It's gonna be weird.
It confuses my chat too when they see them. Like, wait, hold on, who is this?
Yeah. It's your bot or something. I had Larvette for the longest time. It was Larvy and Larvette.
Oh yeah,
my assistant.
I remember that.
It was really weird though, because people just Twitch is full of weirdos, isn't it? So
of course.
every now and then I'd log into it because I had it on my I'd have it on my like Internet Explorer page, so I could get into it every now and then. And people used to think it was a girl and they'd whisper it. So I'd log in and I'd go through these whispers and I'd be like, hey, how are you? How you doing? It's just like, it's a robot, man. How low is your IQ to not realize you're messaging a girl robot?
I think it'd be funny if just randomly in those whispers there was like a random dick pic that you got. That would be iconic.
You can't put attachments in Twitch whispers, thank God.
Imagine the whole yell.
Oh,
that'd be rough.
Very funny. So I always left the Twitch whispers open on it just because people would message it and it was really funny. They got on the end. Oh, that's a girl. I gotta get in them DMs.
Like, wham it. Yeah, I mean, I guess now is a good time to wrap things up. We've been going for about an hour, 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's flown by, isn't it?
Yeah, it flies by pretty quick.
Hmm.
Honestly, when I started doing the games, I looked at the time. I was like, wow, it's been that long already. Crazy.
Yeah, you have too much editing for what you've seen.
Yeah,
It goes on too long.
exactly. It's so easy when you just shoot the shit, really. Um, but yeah, so once again, thank you, Larvy, or I guess James, whatever the hell I feel like calling you.
Have you ever called me James?
I I think a lot of time I just pop in your chat and call you Jammery or something like that.
Oh, yeah, you used to actually. You don't do that anymore, but you used to.
Yeah, and then every now and then I'll just call you a bitch or something like that. Just the
Yeah,
regular
yeah,
ones.
yeah, all that, yeah. Or an insult, yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah,
standard.
oh yeah, the classic sin ways. I guess just let people know where they can find you. Ow, I just punched my desk.
Where you can find me, usually on Twitch, but I do occasionally post on YouTube, and I am quite active on TikTok and Instagram and everything as well. It's just LarvyGames on everything. But I can't get Larvy, so it's LarvyGames everywhere.
Yeah, just the LarvyGames is a Larvy gamer.
You type in LarvyGames, I come up with all of them.
Yeah,
Every single one. Whenever I'm there, it's always under that.
yeah, exactly.
Well, no, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no
It's been
problem.
fun.
And if anyone watching or I guess listening enjoyed it, if you guys are watching on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe if you guys are new. If you guys are listening to the podcast on whatever streaming service you guys use, Spotify, Apple Podcast, rate it 5 stars, follow the show, all that other stuff. It helps me out, puts me in the algorithm. So help a brother out, please. Um, yeah, I'm gonna get on out here. Thank you guys so much for hanging out, and I'm gonna get the heck on out here. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.